3 different ways to select a feature in SOLIDWORKS using the API. I've got a model here that has a bunch of features. I'm going to select the base-revolve feature using 3 different approaches. Let's start by defining SWApp as SOLIDWORKS.SOLIDWORKS, and I'll define another variable called SWModel as model.doc2. We'll get our subroutine in order, so set SWApp equals to application.SOLIDWORKS, and we'll set the SWModel to be equal to the SWApp.ActiveDoc. Let's start by defining a subroutine called select feature 1, and this subroutine is going to take a by_ref SWModel parameter of type model.doc2, and let's add a comment here, select feature, and for this method we're going to use the method called select by ID2. Let's come in here and we shall get the extension property that's of type model.doc extension, and the extension property actually has the select by ID2. So this method select by ID2 allows us to select a feature in the active document, and the name here will be base-revolve. I invite you to pause the video and then go to the API help to really take a close look at the parameter list of this method. The type here will be called body feature, and we don't have a use for it. We're going to append this, or we're going to set the append to false, and we're going to set a mark of 0, and we don't need any call out, so we'll set this to nothing, and finally 0 for the selection options. Awesome. Now let's call select feature 1 in here, and we will supply it with the SWModel. Before we do that, let's just clear selection. So clear selection. I'm going to run this macro multiple times. So SWModel.clear selection. So the clear selection method in the model.doc2 interface will clear any existing selection. And we can start by clicking on the green button here. Let's put a breakpoint at this level. So do that and then press F8, and surely it selects the base revolve. Actually it does select the cut extrude. So look in here, I think we might have mistakenly mistyped the body type, so it's body feature. So let's do that one more time, and then F8, and that works. Beautiful. So you can see this parameter here, which is the type, is actually case sensitive. All right, let's jump into the next approach. So the next approach is going to use the method select that exists in the iFeature interface. So we need to get a list of features, and from those features we'll get the base revolve and call the select method to actually select the features. So in here, let's just change this to using iFeature.select. And we'll call this method, or change the 1 to 2. Perfect. And then let's just dim SW feature manager as feature manager, and the feature manager is going to allow us to get an array of features. So features, v features is variant, and then v features, sorry, that will be equal to SW feature manager dot get features, and we're only interested in the top level features for now. Let's define a variable called feature and another one SW feature of type iFeature. And finally, we'll just do, we'll traverse that array of features using a for each loop. So for each feature in v features, next feature to close that for each loop, and then we'll just set the SW feature to be equal to feature so that we can get access to the IntelliSense, and then we'll do a little check here. If SW feature name equals to, in this case will be base-revolve, and then and if we'll just call our method that's SW feature select, and will not append the selection to the previous one. So let's go up here and maybe we can just clear the selection one more time and then do a stop. That will stop the debugger at this level, and then in here we can just call select feature 2 and supply it with the SW model. Let's put a breakpoint, or we don't need a breakpoint since we've got this one here. So clears the selection, and then if I were to click this, we have a little issue here. Not set the SW feature manager. So set SW feature manager, that'll be equal to SW model doc feature manager. So the feature manager, we get that from the model doc2 interface through the property feature manager. So let's try this one more time. And then it stops at this level, and then if we click it one more, or rather continue the execution here, we'll see that the feature has been selected. Now, to the last approach, or the last method, let's use something slightly different. So we'll call this select feature 3, and we'll use the multi-select method. So everything pretty much stays the same. We'll just drop use of the select method. So we'll remove this. Actually, we can make this even more efficient by exiting the sub as soon as we find the feature and we select it. We'll add that here as well. So exit sub. And let's go back to our third method here. We're going to use, as I said, multi-select. And where do we find that multi-select method? Well, SW model dot extension dot multi-select is the method that we need to actually select the boss-revolve. Let's get an array of faces from that feature. So let's do dim v faces as variant, and then v faces that will be equal to SW feature dot get faces, and then in here we'll just select those, and then we do not want to append that to the selection. And then we supply a nothing for the data parameter. Awesome. Let's go up here and clear that selection one more time, and then call select feature. This time it's going to be 3. Now if I run this one more time, it clears up the selection, selects it the first approach and clears it up. Now if we select it a third time, this hopefully should select the base-revolve, and surely it does. Alright, those were 3 methods on how to select a feature using the SOLIDWORKS API. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, make sure to follow us and share this with your network. If you're watching this on YouTube, then make sure to subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.